It's a common scene. You come home after a long day, buy a shiny new squeaky toy, or pour a bowl of expensive organic kibble thinking, this is how they'll know I love them. Your dog wags their tail, grabs the toy, and for a second, you feel that connection. But here is the cold, psychological truth. To your dog, love is not a transaction. They don't understand the price tag on the toy or the brand of the food. In the silent world of a canine, these are just objects. Most owners try to buy affection, but your dog is waiting for you to speak a language that doesn't use words. They are looking for something scientists call the shared pulse. You see, for a dog, love isn't a feeling, it's an investment of presence. Their entire evolutionary history is built on the secure base effect. In the wild, survival didn't depend on toys. It depended on how closely your nervous system was synced with the leader of the pack. When you focus only on material things, you are missing the invisible threads that actually hold your dog's world together. In a 2D animation, imagine a room filled with expensive, colorful dog beds and mountain-high piles of toys, but they are all rendered in a cold, static gray. Then, your hand reaches out and simply rests on your dog's head. At that moment, a brilliant golden warmth erupts from the point of contact, spreading through the dog's body and painting the world in vibrant color. The toys are just things. You are the event. But to truly speak this language, you have to start with the most powerful biological hug that exists, and it doesn't even involve touching. To speak the second language of love, you don't even need to move a muscle. You just have to look. We often catch our dogs staring at us from across the room, and we laugh it off, thinking they're just waiting for a walk or a stray piece of cheese. But if you catch their gaze and hold it soft without tension, you are initiating one of the most powerful biological phenomena in the animal kingdom, the oxytocin loop. In the human world, this is the exact same chemical mechanism that bonds a mother to her newborn baby. When you and your dog share a long, relaxed gaze, both of your brains experience a massive surge of oxytocin, the love hormone. It's a literal feedback loop of affection. Your brain tells theirs you are safe, and their brain mirrors it back to you. Most people don't realize that for a dog, looking at you is a form of silent recognition. They aren't just seeing a provider, they are anchoring their soul to yours. In a world that is often loud and confusing, this quiet eye contact is a reset button for their nervous system. It is a biological hug that happens across the room. In a 2D animation, imagine the space between you and your dog. As your eyes meet, a thin, glowing golden thread begins to weave itself between your hearts. With every second of the gaze, the thread grows thicker and brighter, pulsing with a warm light that pushes away the shadows in the corners of the room. It's not just a look, it's a bridge. By simply taking 10 seconds to truly see them, you are telling their entire biology that they are the center of your world. But the next way to show love requires you to stop moving altogether and let them take the lead in a world you can't even perceive. The third language of love requires you to do something that feels counterintuitive in our fast-paced human world. You have to stop. We've all been there. You're on a walk, checking your phone, or rushing to finish the loop before your next meeting, and your dog suddenly freezes. They've found a specific patch of grass or a corner of a fence, and they won't budge. We tug the leash, we huff with impatience, and we say, "Come on, there's nothing there." But in the psychology of a dog, you just interrupted the most important conversation of their day. This is the olfactory audit. To a dog, a walk isn't just exercise, it's reading the news. Their sense of smell is 10,000 to 100,000 times more acute than yours. When they sniff a fire hydrant, they aren't just smelling dog, they are downloading a complex data map. Who was here, what they ate, how they felt, and which direction they went. Scientists found that nearly 33% of a dog's brain is dedicated to processing these scents. When you allow your dog to sniff until they are finished, you aren't just being patient. You are showing them a profound form of cognitive respect. You are acknowledging their reality. By standing still and letting them explore that invisible world, you are telling them, "I value your needs more than my schedule." To a dog, that stillness is a massive deposit in the bank of trust. In a 2D animation, imagine the sidewalk as a dull gray pavement. But as your dog stops to sniff, the ground erupts into a vibrant, neon-colored holographic map. Threads of light represent different scents, swirling like a complex weather system. When you tug the leash, the hologram flickers and dies. But when you stand still, the colors grow vivid and wrap around your dog, showing that by waiting, you are protecting their right to understand their world. Love, in this language, isn't a movement. It's the grace of standing still. But there is another way to bond that is much more active, and it's about making your dog feel like they have a job in your pack. The fourth language of love is often mistaken for work, but to your dog, it is the ultimate form of social integration. We tend to think that after a long day, our dogs just want to lie around and do nothing. We assume that relaxing is their natural state. But evolutionary psychology tells a different story. For thousands of years, a dog's survival depended on being a functional, contributing member of a pack. They didn't just exist, they worked. When you spend 5 minutes a day teaching your dog a new trick or asking them to help you find a hidden toy, you aren't just training them. You are practicing cognitive validation. You are telling them, I see your intelligence. I trust your skills. You are a vital part of this team. To a dog, being useful to you is a massive hit of dopamine. It's not about the treat they get at the end. It's about the focused, one-on-one attention where your brain and their brain are working toward a single goal. This is where the secure base becomes the active partnership. In a 2D animation, imagine your dog's mind as a complex, darkened puzzle. When they are bored or ignored, the pieces are scattered and gray. But as you start a game of hide and seek or practice a new command, the pieces start to glow and snap into place. A vibrant, electric blue energy begins to hum between you and your dog, showing that your minds are finally synced. By challenging them, you aren't making them work, you are giving them a sense of purpose. And in the world of a dog, purpose is just another word for love. But all the training and walking in the world won't matter if you miss the most critical 60 seconds of their entire day. The fifth language of love happens in the most chaotic 60 seconds of your day, the moment you walk through the front door. We've all seen it, the frantic wiggling, the jumping, the zoomies, and the desperate attempts to lick your face or hands. Most owners label this as overexcitement or separation anxiety. We might even ignore them, trying to calm them down before acknowledging. But according to the psychology of the biological audit, you are missing a deep, life-saving ritual. To your dog, your return isn't just a happy event, it is a sensory emergency. While you were gone, their safe anchor was missing. To reset their nervous system, they don't just need to see you, they need to taste and smell you. By licking your skin, they are checking your chemical balance. They are reading where you've been, and more importantly, confirming that you are still you. When you meet this energy with a calm, loving touch, you trigger a massive surge of oxytocin that flushes out the stress hormones, cortisol, built up during the day. This isn't just a greeting, it is a neurological reset. By engaging in those first 60 seconds, you are telling them, the world is right again. You can breathe now. In a 2D animation, imagine you entering a house that is filled with jagged, static-heavy red lines, representing the dog's day-long anxiety. As the dog touches you, a massive wave of golden liquid light flows from your body into theirs. The jagged red lines are instantly smoothed out into calm, rhythmic blue waves. The reset is complete. Don't just walk past the chaos. Participate in the healing. The final way your dog knows you love them isn't about a specific action. It is the result of all the others. It is the creation of a safe harbor. We often spend our lives worrying about the big things, the mortgage, the career, the future. We look at our dogs and think we are the ones providing the roof over their heads and the four walls that protect them. But in the quiet, honest moments of the night, when the world slows down and your dog finally collapses at your feet, the true hierarchy reveals itself. To your dog, home isn't an address. It isn't the backyard or the expensive bed you bought them. Through your soft gazes, your patience on walks, and your consistent presence, you have rewritten their entire biological definition of security. You have become their primary reference point. When they follow you from room to room or rest their chin on your knee, they aren't being needy. They are staying within the boundaries of the only world where they feel truly whole. You have provided the sanctuary that allows their ancient predatory nervous system to finally stop guarding the perimeter and simply be. The ultimate proof of their love for you and yours for them is their peace. In a 2D animation, imagine the house slowly fading into a vast dark void. The walls, the roof, and the furniture all dissolve into nothingness. In the center of that darkness, there is only a warm, golden circle of light. You are standing in the middle of it, and your dog is curled up at your feet, fast asleep. They aren't looking for the house. They are already home. Because for a dog, love isn't a place you go. Love is the person you come back to.